sewing buddies, Javiria here, and today I'm teaching you how to sew these glasses case. They are super fun and super quick to make. I'll show you how to sew them using faux leather or cork, and I'll also show you how to sew them using fabric. It's a great scrap buster project, and you can make it and add it as a thank you gift with your handmade items. So let's begin. For this tutorial, you would need magical Cricut maker machine, and if you're going to sew the glasses case using fabric, you would need exterior fabric, lining fabric, fusible fleece, which gives a bit of structure to literally anything, and you would need your fabric grip mat. However, if you would like to sew this using vinyl or faux leather, you would need some faux leather and standard grip mat. And of course you would need your handy Cricut spatula to pull everything out so that you don't have to use your fingers. And of course you would need your sewing machine. So get all your supplies together and let's begin this super easy project, which is only going to take 5 minutes or less. There's a free SVG file as well as a PDF template to cut this pattern out. So even if you don't have a Cricut maker, you can still make this project. Let's get started. To cut out the pattern, first of all, go to Design Space and then click on New Project. Next, click on Upload from the left-hand side and upload the glasses case SVG file. So I already have it over here. I'm just going to click on it and then click on Insert Images. So this is what you should have after uploading the file and opening it in your canvas. And before proceeding, just double check if the size is actually 8.5 by 7 inch, and looks like it is the exact size. Now you can proceed with the next step. Now there are two different files for this project. One is 8.5 by 7 inch, which is meant for the fabric, and there's another one which is a bit smaller, and that's meant for cork or faux leather. So right now we're gonna work on the fabric project. So we're using 8.5 by 7 inch file. And to work with fabric, we need to cut out the exterior, the lining, as well as the fleece. So to cut out the exterior and the lining on the same board, I'm just gonna duplicate this thing by going to the right hand side panel and clicking duplicate. And now I can just place my exterior fabric on top, a piece of my exterior fabric on top, and then my lining fabric at the bottom, and then I can just cut it out on the same mat using a 12 by 24 inch mat. And then you can just click on make it so that everything gets cut on one mat. So we're gonna keep two of these together. We're not gonna keep the fleece on the same mat because you need a different settings for that. So I'm just gonna click on continue, and from the materials I'm just gonna select medium weight fabric like cotton. Now I just need to load the mat. And when you're placing the fabric, make sure that you always place it pretty side down. Make sure that your rotary blade is installed instead of your deep cutting blade. And when you're taking the fabric out, make sure you do not touch the mat with your fingers because it's just gonna ruin the mat and reduce its lifetime and reduce its life. Now we need to just cut out the fleece, and I like to keep my fleece 1/2 inch smaller than the usual size so that it does not make the seams bulky. So what I'm gonna do is just drag this whole thing to reduce the size, and let me just check if it's smaller. I'm just gonna reduce it a bit more. So that looks like a perfect size. I'm gonna delete one of the templates. I'm just gonna select this one and click on make it, continue, and from the materials I'm just gonna select fleece. I'm just going to click on done, and I'm going to load the mat. When placing fusible fleece, make sure that you place the non-sticky side on the mat. Use your spatula to pull the fleece out. Never ever use your hands. And now we're ready to sew. To make this glasses case using vinyl or faux leather, you would only need to cut out one piece. So just upload the picture and click on new project, and you'll land over here. Then just click on make it. Next, click on continue. Place a piece measuring 8 inch by 7 inch on your standard grip mat. And from the materials list, select faux leather. Then just load the mat and get this thing cut. And as per the machine says, change your rotary blade back to the deep cut blade. If you do not have a Cricut, you can still make this project. All you got to do is open the PDF file in Adobe Acrobat Reader and then just click on print at the top menu bar. Now select actual size from the menu over here, or if you don't have actual size, select custom scale and make sure it's 100%, and then just get this thing printed. And after you have printed it out, make sure that this test square, which is 2 inch by 2 inch, measures 2 inch by 2 inch exactly. And then you can just cut out the template on this solid black line. For the fabric part, just cut out the template first on the solid black line, then trace it onto your fabric, the exterior and the lining, and then cut again on the dotted line and trace it on the fusible fleece to cut the fusible fleece out. To sew the faux leather case, all you gotta do is take your leather, fold it so that the wrong sides are together, and just top stitch all around till you reach this end. You can use a contrasting color thread if you want, but I'm making this for my husband, so I can't use pink thread over here. And I'm gonna use a medium stitch length and a 1/4 inch seam allowance. And once you reach the end, make sure you leave behind long tails of thread so that you can tie them together. Once you're done, just tie these threads together instead of just cutting them out. This will keep the seam secure. Alright, all done. Your glasses case is ready. Pretty simple, right? I told you. To sew the fabric version, first you need to fuse your fusible fleece on the wrong side of the exterior fabric, as you can see over here. And then just place the lining and exterior right sides together and sew all around, leaving a small gap on one side to turn the right side out. And since this project is full of curves, make sure that you use a stitch length smaller than the usual. So I'm using the number 8 stitch length given over here. Use a seam allowance of 3 by 8 of an inch to sew all around. Backstitch at the start and end. Once done, make sure you trim the seams and then just do a zigzag stitch to overlock this whole thing. Turn right side out from the gap that you left. Next, just press the seams flat, and while you're at it, just tuck the raw edges inside and press them. You can also add clipping along the circular edge so that it folds in properly. Once all the pressing is done, top stitch around the entire thing using a long stitch length and a seam allowance of 1 by 8 of an inch. Once the top stitching is done, fold the case in half, matching the longer edges, and just top stitch again, starting from this corner all the way till here. So you're just gonna leave this part open to insert the glasses. Use a seam allowance of 1/4 of an inch and make sure you leave behind long tails of thread to tie them together in the end. Once done, use your needle to take the thread to the wrong side and tie the two ends together and clip them off. All right, all done. So here are our glasses case all ready. Thanks so much for watching. Check out my other videos for awesome, super easy tutorials. Bye-bye. This is a great fabric. This is a great scrap buster project. Handmade with your handmade stuff.